down smash. Not able to get the ledge guard. Oh!
The pen. Nexus is huge. Now you're gonna get spikes!
An amazing forwarder, taking pain, going low and launching off when it matters the most.
It is going to be what we expect as far as characters, Pyro versus Sonix. So here we go, game 1, Castle versus Sonix. Yeah, I'm very interested to see if we see more of the Mythra here, or if Castle is going to stick with the Pyro more. Obviously, advantages to both. Mythra probably a little bit easier of a time getting in and just finding the hits on Sonix. Pyro, though, you know, much more reward for those individual hits that you do find. And the side B, actually, a big factor in this match. It walls up so much space. Sonix, though, finding a way around it already and just landing up air after up air, 55% and counting. We are still going. Pyro, unfortunately, kind of a comboable character. Castle is dealing with the brunt of that right now, but one missed homing attack. Castle has a way back in. Oh, just shield up just in time for that forward smash, but Castle looking for something savage to take the stock as quickly as possible. And really just taking Sonix to task here, not even letting him back onto the stage. The up smash going to catch that homing attack with as well, and just like that, a stock is gone. Castle already putting Sonix in a position where they're going to have to approach. Switching to Mythra to make the recovery. Not quite able to make it though. Sonix had an excellent hit to get them out of that side B, and then follow up with fair off stage. So that does even the game right back up. Sonix could have been in a rough spot there for a little bit, but able to find the way out of it pretty quickly, even the game right back up. That side B really just walling off a lot of space for Sonix here. There's just the dash, the spin dash doesn't quite jump high enough to clear it without a good amount of distance beforehand, and that means that kind of walls Sonix out from using those options. Castle just holding down that ledge with the neutral B. Homing attack from Sonix going to crush right past it. Now the pressure is on. Castle able to get out of it with a down air though. That miss side B is going to get punished fairly hard here. Trying to throw out the fully charged neutral B there as well, but Sonix just a little bit too fast. The speed on Sonic's end is just not letting Castle get some of those bigger attacks off that they want to get off. Solid off-stage combo there, gonna just take the rest of that stock away from Castle. 106 on Sonix means that, you know, there's a couple solid options Castle has that can take the stock just out of range, barely able to slide away from that neutral B and find the punish. Sonix playing that spacing down to the pixel. And wow, if there's any character, if there's any character that can actually punish that Pyro neutral B, boy, it's going to be Sonic. With all that move speed on the spin dash, right over the Prominence Revolt, the back air, another one off stage as well, assisted by the spring to find that height. Sonix is going to take that first game with a 2-stock lead. And this is looking, it was looking so good for Castle off of the start of the match. Castle was really in control for a while. The side B was eating up so much space. It was not letting Sonix do quite as much maneuvering with its spin dash and forcing them further and further into the corner. But once Sonix found the adaptation and was able to get around those side Bs a little more, it just, the whole flow of the match changed. And every time Sonix was able to get in, it was a solid combo for 40–50% into a stock. So we're definitely going to need to be seeing some adaptation from Castle's side here if they want to pull this set out. If they can keep the game going like that first stock did, they're in a pretty good place. But that side B, it does, if Sonix decides to totally not play the game, it does start to run them out of options because they do slowly lose that stage space. But if Sonix does start looking for those hits a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more frequently, like we saw stock 2 and 3, that side B, you can't set it up. You just don't have the distance for it. It's just too much risk to risk Sonic jumping over it and finding that in that they need to get that combo started. You really do need that range. It looks that move feels so safe because of how much space it covers, because of how it limits how you can approach over it. But if someone does have the read and is ready for it, jumps over it, you are vulnerable for quite a bit. And so Castle opting to go to Yoshi's nice close blast zones here and triplats to extend these combos. But you know, Sonic likes triplats too, and just like that, 45% off of a solid couple of up airs just on one neutral win. And side B gonna whiff, I don't know, going way out into space there, providing Sonix with another opportunity to get in. It's starting to look like Castle might be just a little too reliant on that side B, maybe expecting that to do a little bit too much work in this matchup, keeping Sonix out. And Sonix at this point is navigating around it flawlessly. The Mythra side B is going to get Castle back to stage, and we're actually seeing Castle stay on Mythra here for a little bit, which I think makes a lot of sense. So far, Sonix has just been playing around that slower Pyro frame data movement speed very well. Nope, we got to switch back, and we're back to the side Bs. Forward tilt off the stage. At least going to connect. Solid extra bit of damage there, but Sonix is just, you know, playing this so well, playing defensively at the range where the Pyro side B is a problem, and then just taking it slow. 2 consecutive side Bs from Mythra there. Castle is going to get punished for that. There is quite a bit of end lag. Oh, unfortunate SD from Sonix, though, is going to even this match right back up. We're at 2 stocks apiece. That's an unfortunate place to be, because Sonix had quite an advantage going there. Was in a really good spot in that SD, taking it all away. Now Castle seems to have gotten some of the momentum back and just finding forward air after forward air on Pyra. The forward smash on the ledge as well is going to take another stock, and now all of a sudden, Sonix goes from a stock lead to a stock disadvantage in just about 25 seconds. That is a real quick turn of events there, and that is really putting Sonix on the back foot, but doesn't seem to be affecting them too badly mentally. They're still applying this pressure very well, maneuvering around the Pyro side B as well. Castle really trying to use the side B to get set up back onto the stage, but Sonix is once again, you know, playing against it very well. Trying to stay airborne, runs in for the grab there, catches Castle holding shield for just a little bit too long, but is going to get caught by the Mythra switch side B, a second one too for another chunk of percentage, and we're right back to Pyra. Castle trying to find these down airs to set up that kill combo that we've seen from Pyra that can kill very early on a stage with low ceilings like this, but instead, Sonic's able to just finesse Castle off stage, set up the spring into the forward air, and at least the stocks are even. 60% is, you know, not where you want to be against Pyra, given how much kill power they have. But, well, you know, if you take them off the top, homing attack, though, is going to miss, so it's not going to be the stock. There's a big risk there from Sonix, but it didn't get him punished for it. Didn't pay off either. So, at the very least, though, you can see that Sonix is willing to take those big plays when they see them to try to find the stock. Castle, though, has Sonix off stage, just going to miss that forward air. Sonic really pressing in hard here, trying to use that side B recovery time, but caught by the raw down air. Alive still, though. Excellent DI right up to the corner, and is still going to live, and now is just trying to find a way in past all of these heavy-hitting Pyra aerials. Any one of these aerials with how much strength Pyra has could result in a stock on the stage with blast zones as small as this. Homing attack that was going to break Castle's momentum here. Sonic just trying to start this platform, trying to stay safe, knowing any errant hit could spell doom, but also knowing that they've got the speed to not get hit, but a whiffed grab is going to set that speed to stop. Castle with the back end of the up tilt is going to take game 2 on Yoshi's. Castle definitely playing this way better game 2. The triplats as a stage at first was working against their game plan a little bit, because we did see a game plan in which that side B was a much more frequent tool to try to keep Sonix out. It just wasn't working. Sonix just, you know, was playing the air game, and between that and the smaller stage space, there just wasn't space to really utilize and benefit from side B the way that Castle was able to game 1 on Pokemon Stadium. But that SD from Sonix really left them in a rough spot on that first stock. And from there, you know, that gave Castle just enough time to find the adaptation and utilize it to just get 2 stocks, only needed to find the 2 instead of the 3, and at least pull off that game 2. And now Castle is probably feeling a little bit more confident in their ability to deal with this matchup outside of just the side B to wall Sonix out. So Sonix now is going to have to figure out what their answer is to those just very, very threatening Pyra aerials that are, you know, fairly fast frame data wise. You know, I mean, they're not the fastest in the world. There is some startup, there is some end lag, but they cover enough space that you are taking a risk trying to spin dash into that, because there's not really an angle you're going to be able to approach from that can't be covered. So unless you have your timing perfect in between the moves, you are taking the risk of just spin dashing into a very damaging Pyra aerial and losing a lot of percentage or even a stock. So game 3 here. Let's see, where are we going? Going to Smashville, Town and City. One of the Animal Crossing stages. Yes, Town and City. Makes a lot of sense. There's a lot more space here. Castle just retreating to the far platform to, just wait things out. But Sonix actually makes the approach there, gets that first chunk of damage. And once Sonix has these platforms, the combo extensions Sonic is able to get off of it are worth quite a bit of percentage. Castle a little bit on the back foot here. Gonna use that side B to get back onto the ledge. Solid little chunk of percentage there from that one hit of side B as well. Catches Sonix just at max range there, looking for that footstool, but just hasn't been able to get that so far off of the side B. That is something that Pyra can do to enhance their mix-up potential a little bit. Is footstool out of oh wow! Just threw the spring out there to find the back air way at the top of the screen. Sonix taking an early stock. This is more aggressive than you characteristically see a Sonic play. They're really taking advantage of when Pyra is stuck up in the air because her defenses up there aren't super great. Oh, Sonic is going to get punished a little bit there for trying to punish that neutral B a little too early. Going with the Nair, these off-stage interactions, just not giving Pyra a whole lot of space back. Almost had the forward smash on ledge even, but the Mythra swap was enough to get Castle back onto the stage, and then we're right back into Pyra as well. Sonix, though, now instead of playing the full screen distance and waiting things out, Sonix is really just playing just outside of sword range with that spin dash, waiting for something to whiff and then just going in. Nair into the forward air, not quite going to kill, but Pyra in a bad spot here. The spring going to send her a little bit too far out to recover. Sonix now 2 stocks up. And with with this much distance and room to play with, this is maybe the point where you start to see Sonix slow things down a little bit and just focus on playing a little safer. 5 minutes is a bit of a time to, a bit of a long time period to go for the timer there. That down air actually killed. It took that long for the kill to actually register, but it did in fact kill. And now with only 1 stock advantage, the lead, slimming down just a little bit. Gotta get caught by that second grab there. Sonic's having a hard time getting their footing back. Castle maybe has found the adaptation they need to run away with this game here, but they do have an uphill battle ahead of them. Coming attack out of the spin dash, going to catch Castle off guard there. Lots of damage coming out. Sonic's put so much shield pressure up as well, but Castle able to find a hit out of it before that became an issue. Swat Sonix away and go right back into the spacing game. These forward airs, down airs, taking up a lot of space. Sonix just taking their time trying to figure out how to get in. We are once again at full stage distance, just waiting things out. This time though, when Sonix tries to move in, Castle does too, finds the down air to up smash combo, and now even stocks. Castle's starting to find their way back into it. That back air from Sonix though threw Castle out so far. This is a dangerous place for them to be. Castle gets back up with a side B into the footstool, down air off of it too, finding the mix up this time, finding that extra chunk of damage there, but he's gonna have to play somewhat carefully here. 1 of 2. There's a couple of ways Sonix can find stock if Sonic is able to get in. Castle, defaulting to holding shield in some of these less sure situations here just to wait out that damage. Not quite going to hit that down air to up smash combo this time. Sonic's able to air dodge out. Sonic's really playing it patient, but just a little too close to that neutral B. Is going to get caught. Back up onto the stage, 89% the grab. I don't believe Pyra has a kill grab at a percentage like that, but caught the spin dash coming out a little bit too close. That follow-up forward air is going to take Sonic's last stock, and Castle is going to take the set 2-1. Oh, I'm sorry. We are best of 5 now. It is not the set. My apologies. Takes the lead 2-1, but we still got a couple more games here to play before this is decided. So don't count Sonix out just yet. There is still room for them to make this comeback here. You are definitely seeing the adaptation back and forth on both sides. There's a lot of just back and forth. Sonix has been very lethal when they're able to get in, and is playing a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more aggressively than we would expect at times, but still is keeping that space, not trying to overextend, keeping the burden of the spacing game onto Castle to try to find those hits out of the spin dash, out of the homing attack. Sonix just standing still, taking their time. Castle, likewise, just jumping back and forth. We're gonna let this timer tick down a little bit. Sonix goes in, finds one hit of the forward air, solid 3.7%. You know, it's not nothing. It's a lead. Forward air, oh, almost got caught by the roll back, but Pyro just didn't quite have anything frame data wise to catch that. Now Sonix applying pressure with some of these fadeaway aerials. That homing attack does bounce off, whether it hits shield or actually hits, which means they have quite a bit of safety off of that move. So long as they don't miss. They missed there at end lag for quite a bit, and that's no good. Castle really throughout the side B to try to zone, try to keep that wall going, utilizing this larger space, but Sonix, you know, this time really not trying to aggress. Oh, the side B there at that moment, though. That's that moment that Castle needs to be throwing that out. Once that spin dash starts, there are certain trajectories that Sonix is locked into a little bit. You know, there are ways around, but your options are a little more limited. And on top of that, with the timing and the small frame window you're working with, may just not be able to react in time to make that happen. Kind of using Sonic's speed against them here, essentially, is what that is doing. Oh, Sonic's way off stage now because of that neutral B from Castle, not quite going to connect, but the percentage situation is not in Castle's favor there. The Nair not going to be able to challenge at spin dash. Sonix finds the back air off of it, drops the breakdance taunt as well, and now is just really utilizing that movement to stay away from Pyro here. Castle, though, still able to find these neutral B, these side Bs for a little bit of extra percentage. But at this point, even for Pyro, Sonic's not nearly at kill percent. Oh, Sonic's able to get in to punish that neutral B there, even with that relatively low recovery time. Characters fast as Sonic can definitely make that window and get that extra chunk of damage there. 69, 87 off the homing attack, the back air. Spring into the second back air again. We have seen that a couple of times tonight. Sonix has really been catching Castle off guard with those. And it has been quite a stock taker for this setup. Castle actually going to switch into the Mythra here. Switch right back, though. It did not last long. And Sonix just really finding a lot of openings here. Opening up Castle in some really big way. The Spring going to cost Pyro that stock as well. There's just no way. Throws the air dodge to get into that blast zone a little bit quicker because there's just no coming back from that. Sonic's able to take that game as a solid 3 stock. Definitely had a commanding lead and a commanding grasp of the flow of that game for game 4. That means that we're going to be seeing the game 5 to decide it. Castle is going to get a chance to pick the stage here, so we may be seeing the stage switch. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up back at Yoshi's. That seemed to work pretty well for Castle last time, but we'll find out as soon as that stage gets locked in. I would imagine, you know, probably something smaller is what you want. You know, I mean, smaller stage, again, it does take away the option of using that side B as that speed trap because you just don't have the space to set it up, but you give Sonic less room to maneuver around that sword with. The less room Sonix has to play around with the spacing and maneuver out of the way out of that sword to find those hits, the less likely they're going to be able to get in and get those damaging combos we've been seeing. And the more likely if they're going to end up misspacing something a little bit, eating a Pyro fair, Pyro down air, and taking quite a bit of percentage or even a stock off of it. Neither player's left the ring yet, I don't think, so we're going to find out. I think the final stage is still being decided on. I mean, hey, you're game 5, and it's your stage choice and your stage bans. You want to think about this for a while. You want to take your time. You do not want to rush into it. Even if you feel like you know what the right choice is for the matchup, you still want to think about, well, how has this game been going? How is this specific player playing this game? Are these the right options? It looks like Smashville, Battlefield, and Town and City are off limits here. So Castle is going to get to pick their choice of the remaining 3, Yoshi's Story being one of them. So that is an option for them to go back to. Small battlefield still on the table as well. And it looks like it is indeed going to be Yoshi's story for Game 5. So we'll have to see if Castle can pull a repeat of the last match on this stage this set to find the win. It did. Castle actually ended up quite a bit behind here. You know, Castle did win this stage. Something to think about. Castle did win this stage earlier in the set, but that was in part due to a fairly low percentage Sonix SD. Sonic can prevent that from happening again. This may be much more of an uphill battle. Already, Sonic's finding those up air chains for a solid 44%, just racking up as much damage as possible off of those neutral interaction wins. But Castle using that sword to just eat up space, answering right back with more damage in kind. But wow, really playing that slope well too, the slants and the movement here. Sonic's just using the little bit of space they have to work with very, very well. And Castle just taking their time, looking for that moment, looking for that solid read on where Sonic's movement is going to put them, so they can find the big hits they need to find. So much patience here out of these players, just hanging onto these platforms. Side B, just enough space there to get that set up. Looking for the forward smash, Sonix is able to get out of the way in time. Does get caught with the neutral B on the roll there, though. That roll on ledge is going to be a dangerous option into that neutral B. Side smash in the wrong direction, but was not punished. Sonix on the ledge now, able to get back. Gets the grab off, and now Castle's off stage. This is a place Castle does not want to be. We may see the switch here into Mythra. Nope, Spring is going to shut down that option. At that point, even as Mythra, you are just too low to make it back. But Castle jumps right off stage, throws out that neutral B, and slaps the stock right back, and we're to 2-2, 0%. This could certainly still be anyone's game here. Castle trying to zone off as much as possible there with the side B. Homing attack out of that spin dash is going to make that hit, but Castle able to find a trade to get out of the combo. Side B putting up so much pressure, but the shield came out. There wasn't a whole lot that Castle could do besides let the move end and get back into the neutral there. Sonic's just content to kind of hang out under this platform and spam that spin dash. So much shield damage on Castle right now. They're going to be very, very careful. Yep. Just like that, spin dash. Sonix is able to get in. Another solid chunk of percentage there. Just able to get over the side B there with homing attack. You're definitely seeing Sonix frequent the lower portions of the stage a lot more here, just to keep that spin dash running and have as many options as possible movement-wise. Oh, not able to punish that, so close. We do see the Mythra swap for the recovery. That feels crucial in this matchup. Pyra just has so many problems recovering against characters that can put out those little hitboxes with just a little bit of knockback to knock you off course for your recovery, because every bit of horizontal distance you can get. Speaking of horizontal distance, that back air is going to send across the stage into the blast zone. Sonic's now up a full stock here and still playing the spacing out and just playing the keep away game for the most part. Oh, the down air into up smash, not quite going to kill, just a few percent shy of that. Castle almost able to even the game back up, but as it stands, Sonix instead able to hold onto that stock. Is going to take another down air. Castle more reliably finding these hits on Sonic's spin dash, and that is a terrifying thing if you're Sonix right now. Because one more good read, one more good hit out of spin dash, that is going to be evening up the stocks. So Sonix needs to try to find as much extra credit here as they can before that happens. Jumps out of the way, perfectly timed towards the end of the side B. That big pinwheel of flame not going to catch Sonix off guard there. Now, Sonix got a couple off of that, but wasn't able to find those bigger combos we've been seeing most of the game. Castle playing very carefully to try to prevent that from happening. Up air going to catch the end of that spin dash, though. It left Sonix just a little bit too close. Castle on the aggressive side there for a minute. On the attack, but just narrowly not able to find those hits. Castle trying to hold on to as much percent as possible. That nair is going to open them up. Solid couple of hits. Side B going to cover the ledge, though. Castle back onto the stage here, back in a somewhat comfortable position, at least as far as the neutral goes. Jab almost kills even into the blast zone there, but not quite going to happen. Spring and back air back onto the platform for Sonix to reverse the ledge situation, and now Sonix is just playing around with space, playing around with time, and waiting for an opportunity to find either the dash grab or the spin attack. That's that mix-up that you got to look for. Going to get caught spin dashing back and forth with that down air. That is something you do got to be thinking of. If you try to cross up too many times with Sonic, Pirate's got a whole lot of moves to stop that. Oh, the switch to dodge. Pirate back out. Back are going to send Castle back to the other side of the stage. Can they make it back? Not quite. Dipped down a little bit too low with that fast fall. The spring securing the kill there, and Sonix ultimately is going to take the set 3-2, finding the victory on Yoshi's Story that they gave up earlier in the set. They will be moving on to winner's side of Grand Finals.